Right now, India is in the middle of a massive $180 billion digital gold rush, and the absolute epicenter of it is data centers. So in this analysis, we are going to deconstruct the entire value chain, from the raw materials all the way to the final investment playbook, to really uncover where the true long-term value is hiding. So here's our roadmap. We'll start with the incredible scale of this digital gold rush, then move to our core thesis on the physical supply chain. From there, we'll break down the industrial backbone, see how AI is forcing a major pivot, and then, crucially, look at how you can access this theme through specific funds before we tie it all together in a strategic barbell playbook. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the $18 billion digital gold rush. We really need to establish the sheer scale and, more importantly, the velocity of what's happening. I mean, just look at these numbers. They're absolutely staggering. We're talking about a market that's projected to hit 1,700 megawatts of operational capacity by the end of 2025. A record 440 megawatts were just added in a single year. But the number that really matters, the big one, is that total capital commitment, which is on track to blow past $180 billion. And this isn't just some far-off potential. This is aggressive execution happening as we speak. This velocity vector shows a 30% year-over-year structural growth forecast. And what's fueling it? It's a perfect storm of massive AI adoption and really strict data localization policies. And that's forcing a capital deployment cycle that is just completely unprecedented. So, this explosive growth brings us to Section 2 and our core argument. We call it the physical supply chain thesis, and it's really all about that classic picks and shovels strategy you hear about in any gold rush. Now this is the heart of our entire thesis. Up top, you've got the front-end operators. It's a crowded, high-competition space where all the giant conglomerates are duking it out for market share. But here's the kicker. It doesn't matter who wins that fight because they all have to buy the exact same physical raw materials from the suppliers down at the bottom. That physical supply chain is consolidated, it has incredibly high barriers to entry, and that means it enjoys far more durable long-term returns. Okay, so for Section 3, let's actually deconstruct that industrial backbone. We're going to get into the weeds here, looking at the really complex engineering of the upstream and midstream layers of this value chain. The upstream is basically the nervous system of the data center. Think raw materials, specialized fiber optic cabling, and mission-critical components. You've got a large cap leader here like Polycab India, with just massive scale in production. But you also have what we call a hidden gem, a smaller, super specialized company like KRN Heat Exchanger. They have an estimated 60 to 70% market share in their niche. That's true dominance. Then we move to the midstream, and this is where absolute catastrophic failure is simply not an option. It's all about power, resilience, and thermal systems. A data center has to run at 99.999% uptime. This brings us to industry bellwethers like Cummins India. They have total market dominance in standby generators, a rock-solid return on equity, and zero debt profile, which makes them a fantastic proxy for this whole infrastructure build-out. Okay, so we've geeked out on the engineering, but the big question remains, how does an investor actually get exposure to this theme? Well, that brings us to Section 4, the AI pivot, where we shift from the hardware to accessible investment pathways. At the downstream layer, everything is pivoting to support these incredibly dense, power-hungry GPU clusters for AI. And this opens up a couple of really distinct investment angles. You've got a pure-play AI server provider like NetWeb Technologies, one of the few domestic companies actually designing the high-spec hardware. And then you have a completely different angle, the real estate pivot, from a company like Anat Raj, which smartly sidesteps all the land acquisition headaches by retrofitting existing buildings into data centers. You can't build these gigawatt-scale AI campuses without what we call enablers. You need companies with immense balance sheets to handle the financing and the actual construction. A big bottleneck was that banks couldn't lend enough for these huge projects. The solution? A merger of two state-owned financial giants, PFC and REC, creating a single entity big enough to underwrite these deals. And for putting steel on the ground, the primary enabler is, of course, Larsen and Toubro. Now, there are two major catalysts just throwing gasoline on this fire. First is what we're calling the AI thermal crisis. See, traditional air cooling just fails once a server rack's power density goes past 20 kilowatts. It can't keep up. This means the move to direct-to-chip liquid cooling is no longer a cool experiment. It's an operational mandate. And that creates a massive ready-made market for specialists, a huge tailwind for a company like KRN Heat Exchanger. The second catalyst? It's regulatory velocity. The union budget for 2026-27 is rolling out some seriously aggressive fiscal tools. We're talking tax holidays, safe harbors, green subsidies. All of it is designed to dramatically lower the cost of ownership for the hyperscalers. You know, the big cloud companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. This is absolutely going to trigger another massive wave of investment. Okay, this brings us to a very important section, accessing the theme. For many investors, let's be honest, the most efficient and sensible path is through thematic funds. So let's do a quick deep dive into this diversified route. So if you want to own that industrial backbone without taking on single stock risk, infrastructure funds are essential. Take a look at funds like Franklin Build India and Sundaram Infra Advantage. You can see how they aggregate all these physical asset players. Their top holdings, L&T for construction, Cummins for power, Kirloskar for engines. They map directly back to those upstream and midstream layers we just talked about. But maybe you are more interested in the high-octane AI and supercomputing surge? Well, that's where technology funds come into play. Funds like the Invesco India Technology Fund and the Motilal Oswal Digital India Fund are built specifically to capture the digital economy. They hold concentrated positions in pure-play AI server providers like NetWeb. This is your route for direct exposure to that high-performance compute layer. All right, time to bring it all home. In our final section, we're going to synthesize everything we've discussed into the Strategic Barbell Playbook, a clear, tiered framework for navigating this whole ecosystem. So this playbook is a classic barbell strategy. It's all about balancing stability with high-growth potential. Tier 1 is your core. Get broad exposure through mega-cap proxies and funds like Franklin Build India. That's your foundation. Tier 2 is for growth, the steady cash flow compounders like Cummins and Polycab. And Tier 3 is for alpha. This is where you find those hidden gems with massive potential, like KRN Heat Exchanger for the liquid cooling mandate, or NetWeb for that pure-play AI server pivot. You know, this quote really says it all. While all that competition is going to squeeze margins for the front-end operators, we believe the real durable value will be in owning the physical nervous system of this AI revolution. So it really comes down to a choice. Do you want the stability of a diversified infrastructure fund, or do you want the high alpha potential of a niche market leader? And that leaves us with a final thought to ponder. With this massive shift to liquid cooling now being an operational mandate, not just an option, how is that going to completely reshape the entire competitive landscape for thermal management providers over the next 3 years? It's a fundamental change, and you can be sure it's going to create some very clear winners and losers.